Imagine this. You wake up one day and realize you've been living inside a cage. Not one built with bars and chains, but thoughts. Invisible, repeating patterns that trap you without you even knowing. Thoughts that tell you who you are, what you can do, what you cannot. Most people spend their entire lives in this mental prison. They repeat the same stories, feel the same emotions, face the same limitations, over and over again. But what if I told you there are 7 levels of the mind, and only one of them leads to real power, the kind of power that transcends fear, frees your energy, and connects you with something greater than you've ever known. Today, we begin the journey through those 7 levels, and when we arrive at the last, something in you may awaken that will never sleep again. Across ancient traditions, modern psychology, and spiritual teachings, there's one thing all masters agree on. The mind is the root of your reality, not the world outside, not circumstances. The mind, your perception, your focus, your beliefs. When you master the mind, you master your life. But the mind is not one-dimensional. It's not just a tool for thinking. It's a layered, living system, an architecture of consciousness that evolves if you allow it. This video is more than a lecture. It's a journey inward, a quiet revolution inside your own awareness. We will pass through each level slowly, deeply. You'll begin to see yourself not just as a thinker, but as the awareness behind the thinking. And by the end, you may not just understand the mind, you may rise above it. Level 1. The reactive mind. The first level is primal. It is the oldest, deepest part of your mind, designed for survival, not happiness. The reactive mind is fast, automatic, emotional. It doesn't wait. It doesn't ask. It reacts. Here, you're at the mercy of your environment. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you explode. Someone questions your worth and your blood boils. You're not choosing your emotions. Your emotions are choosing you. This level is ruled by fear, anger, insecurity, and impulse. Everything is a threat. Every interaction, a battle. Your energy is spent defending, fighting, escaping. And many people never leave this level. They live their entire lives trapped in an emotional loop, never pausing to ask, is there another way? The first level isn't bad. It protects you, but it cannot empower you. To rise, you must go deeper. Level 2, the programmed mind. Welcome to the world of beliefs. In this level, your thoughts are no longer reactions. They're scripts, installed by family, culture, media, and childhood experiences. You think you're thinking, but you're just running code. Programs like, I'm not good enough, I'll never have enough. Love equals pain. These beliefs form your identity, but most of them aren't even yours. They were passed down, absorbed, repeated until they became familiar. This level is subtle. It hides behind logic. You might think you're making free choices, but in truth, you're following old software. To rise from this level, you must become a mental archaeologist, excavating the beliefs that no longer serve you, rewriting the code. Ask yourself, what thoughts feel like truth, but may actually be inherited lies? Level 3. The analytical mind. Now we awaken reason. At this level, the mind becomes curious. It asks questions. It evaluates. It begins to observe itself. Here, you begin to break the illusion. You recognize the programs and question them. You examine your reactions. You search for truth. But this level has its own traps. Overthinking, perfectionism, control. You analyze so much, you forget to act.
Still, it's a powerful level. It lays the foundation for clarity. But clarity alone doesn't bring peace. It must be followed by something deeper. The analytical mind is a flashlight. The next levels require a torch. Level 4, the creative mind. At this level, something incredible begins. The mind opens to vision, possibility, creation. You're no longer driven by fear or past patterns. You're pulled by purpose. You imagine new outcomes. You align with joy. You create. Artists, entrepreneurs, spiritual seekers often live here. It's where flow begins, where intuition speaks, but ego can still exist. Pride, comparison, attachment to results. The creative mind is beautiful, but it must be paired with surrender. True creation is not about control. It's about allowing. Level 5, the observing mind. Now we begin the shift into presence. The observing mind watches without judgment. You no longer believe every thought. You witness them come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. This is the beginning of mindfulness, of meditation, of stillness. You begin to feel space between stimulus and response. Stress softens, peace enters. You realize you are not the voice in your head. You are the one hearing it. This level opens the door to profound inner freedom. You don't need to fight thoughts. You only need to see them. Level 6, the conscious mind. Now you step into conscious creation. You live intentionally. Every action, word, and thought becomes sacred. You begin to see patterns, synchronicities, alignments, signs. You trust your intuition. You design your life like an artist with a blank canvas. This level is empowering, but it requires discipline. Here, awareness must be maintained. Every moment is a choice to rise or fall. But even this level is not the end. There's one more, and it's not a level you reach. It's a truth you remember. Level 7, the transcendent mind. The final level is not a place. It's a letting go. There is no you as you know yourself. There is only awareness, presence, being. Here, all fear dissolves. Time becomes fluid. The boundaries between you and the world vanish. You are not the thinker, not the doer. You are the field in which all things arise. This is the level mystics speak of, where love is not an emotion. It is your nature. Where power is not force. It is peace. You don't reach this level by climbing. You reach it by releasing. It is not an achievement. It is a remembering. So now, I ask you, which level are you living from? Right now? Not ideally. Not someday. But in this moment with this breath. Let me know in the comments. Share your truth. Reflect. This is not about judgment. This is about awakening. The mind can be your master or your servant. It can build your prison or unlock your power. The choice is yours, moment by moment. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force. You only need to become aware. And in that awareness, everything begins to change. If this video stirred something in you, hold on to it, feed it, explore more, subscribe, join this community of awakening minds, and above all, trust your journey. Because the world doesn't change when minds stay asleep.
It changes when one person wakes up and chooses to rise.